Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Here we go into the meeting of the Eorzean Alliance to confer about the Griffin's plan for Baelsar's Wall. Oh, she's got Yugiri by her side.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
The only thing I doubt about it is the fact that she came all the way to Mordona from Garabanya. So, like, why didn't she just go to Gridania where there's an entire thing of healers and tell the Gridanians? I don't know, maybe she didn't think that she
Griffin
could trust
of
them?
theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Baelsar's Wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
So do you think this is another, yeah, we should make ready, and then nothing happens for like 2 patches?
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Oh, you're learning. You're learning, dear boy. I think this just shows that Emmerich doesn't really know Connie Senna. I don't think Connie Senna is the type to hold a grudge. She's the understanding sort. You think you're an adult, Alphinaud? I guess it's a good thing that they're talking to the Sylphs, otherwise... I'm pretty sure they alluded to this, but, you know, they might try to summon Ramu. It's gonna be a conflux of chaos. Well, let's go with the Wildwood scrambled eggs. Griffin on the wall, huh? That's one way to get inside. That's a play on one does not, you know, one does not simply walk through Mordor, whatever the line is, you know. Now, how come it can't fall to Hoary Boulder and all the other people who are normally here? No, I guess Alisei got to have her limelight of the Heavensward expansion when she blew up the Warriors of Darkness with her wave of light. She was, and I don't understand why healing magic couldn't get her all the way back on her feet right away. Let's see, Hoary Boulder's already guarding the place. Why do we need to leave Alisei behind? Edith's got a point. Besides, if we could take back Alamigo, that would be yet another city-state to add to our allied forces, because they'd have to accept our, you know, treaty and the fact that we liberated them, you know. That could be phrasing. Yeah, something like that. Oh, Hilda's here. And Pippin! All was quiet, but oh look, there's a giant fire that couldn't possibly have just sprung up. You daft sods. They're wearing Grand Company colors. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. Those uniforms are convincing enough to deceive my scouts. The Empire will surely think that we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Yeah, I agree. I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. Guess this would be one of the first times Hilda stepped foot outside Ishgard. No matter the cost, huh? Guess he's resolved to die then. Well, let's switch the tank and see if we can queue in really quickly. Because, spoiler alert, this is going to be the final dungeon for Heavensward. We've been recording for what, 18 minutes? Hopefully the queue doesn't take that long. Isn't it kind of discombobulated here? Like, it's daytime in game, so this cutscene's in the day, but the cutscene we just had was at nighttime because that cutscene was set to automatically be nighttime. I'm sure this sort of disparity bothered a lot of people. Although there's a good chance that, you know, if you did this section of the cutscene at nighttime, this unlock scene, yeah, it would all be playing out just fine. But anyway, oh, we don't want to have the in progress tag in. So it says 5 minutes. We already got a DPS in the queue. See if there's any NPCs to talk to still on top of the tree fort there. Just Pippin. Just we go see if the sylphs have anything to say. It says adventurer need his tank for this roulette, so theoretically we should have a pretty good chance of it popping quickly. I guess the Sylph Elder is never really sitting out here. Well, at the very least, if it takes a little while, the game will switch to nighttime, and then that way the cutscenes might make sense. But if it takes too long, I'll just have to stop the video. Because there's some cutscenes, you know, after the dungeon. And they're pretty important. You'd think that since this dungeon is required by the story, you know, so far every dungeon I've done that's been required by the story has had a pretty quick queue time. At least as far as I remember, right? Like, let me think about this. Gotten that pretty quick. Gotten all of those pretty quick. Gotten that decently quick. Gotten that quick. Gotten that quick. Gotten that quick. See, my queue for one of these took a while. I don't remember which. I know I had to come back to, I think it was Praetorium. I had to come back and queue for the next day. Let's see. Got to this pretty quick. And this. Queue for this was almost nothing. As was the queue for that, and that, and that, and that. I got into that almost instantly. Oh, there we go. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Now remember, don't skip the dungeon intro, you silly Billy. It's kind of inspiring music for a foreboding, smoky, you know, chaotic Imperial battle. See what's our healer like. Okay, I think they'll be fine to handle a big pull. We'll see. We'll see what happens. These dogs are Final Fantasy VI Battle of Narshi references. Might have overplayed my hand here. Yeah, I did. That's okay. I can always pull smaller. Just wait a second for his MP. A little bit of MP. I don't think they managed to kill anything either. But that's okay. In the old days, I could have supported myself in that pool with Dark Arts, Abyssal Drain over and over again. The sheer size of the pool would have healed me, you know, by more than half my health every time I did the Abyssal Drain. But it's no longer the old days, which is very sad to me. Dark Knight's old, you know, claim to being king of dungeons, you know, over. I think I've mentioned that before, though. It still saddens me, though. It was King of Dungeons for 2 full expansions. Now I'd say King of Dungeons is probably Paladin, which is irritating. But, oh well. Now that person... Alright, we get to fight a Magitech armor. And it's OG Magitech armor, too. The Final Fantasy VI reference, brought to life. It's the Final Fantasy VI sprite, but it's 3D. I love it. Basically, this boss tries to focus on attacking your party more than it does the tank. Like, it's got a tank buster, right? But the tank buster is not really that powerful. Like, a Dragoon could live through the tank buster with no cooldowns. But, you know, it brings those adds down and they tether to the DPS and will do a pretty high amount of damage to them if you don't kill them right away. And then the boss itself will start, you know, launching missiles on people. So that's one thing to consider. And the only thing you can really do for the DPS is help them kill their ads. It's supposed to incentivize them to, you know, kill ads. Some people never learn. And this dungeon is, was contemporary with, what's that dungeon called? Samal hard mode. They came out at the same time and were the expert roulette for quite a long time. And here we have an interesting thing, and I love when dungeons do this, where the dungeon takes control of the pace, and you have to, whatever the pace the dungeon sets, you have to keep up with it. Alright, so you're gonna have to fight. Like, they're not very strong, obviously, but, it's like 10 or 9 or so, or however many little dudes there are, we gotta kill them. The reason I love when dungeons do that to you is because it forces the players to rise to the challenge rather than having the players set the pace. Because that way there's no way for players to disagree about how much is getting pulled and how much, you should be taking. Like if the dungeon decides to swamp you, then you get swamped. And if it doesn't, you don't. All in all though, obviously, it's not very much of a... it's not ridiculous by any stretch of the imagination. Not even when it was new. Yeah, I think our samurai doesn't know what they're doing at all. And that's why our damage is being so slow. Which is unfortunate, but, it's decently likely that they bought a skip. Or that, they haven't practiced the job at all or looked at their skills at all. Because there's nothing in the game that tells you or forces you to do that. They're not like, hey, you should look at your skills and read them carefully. They sort of expect you to be naturally curious. Which you should be, but not everyone is. You're like, I got my katana, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock. Did some of the healers' gear just break? It doesn't tell me the durability. But he should be fine with that level of HP. But he just lost a solid 4,000 HP. This boss is interesting. One, it's a Final Fantasy VI reference, but also because of this. Extreme caution. I kind of lucked out there, but basically when it times out, you need to not be doing anything. So either you'll naturally just, not have any issue with that, or you'll take a whole bunch of damage because you didn't stop moving in time. boss was notorious for getting at least one person killed when this was new. Now, something I missed is this elevator coming down. Like, it used to come down and then you'd get on it and then it would go up. Or there was a button to make it go up, just sort of like in Castrum or Praetorium. No, I guess just Praetorium. But eventually, people kept getting left behind and having to wait, and they would complain. So, it's just like one of those things. Eventually, they changed it to just be a zone line. Which is both welcome and not. I hope the healer's gear holds out for the rest of the dungeon. We don't have that much dungeon left, honestly. It's pretty short after the second boss, but every time we kill something, he loses another % on his gear for everything that gets killed. And that wipe that I caused at the start didn't help matters much. Now, this pull used to be very fun to do. Like, it was very fun, like, you know, you sprint up here, you grab these guys, you go all the way, like, across the wall. But obviously we won't be able to do that because, you know, this healer is newer than I took them for. And, you know, they're not going to be able to handle it. But we should be able to get, you know, some stuff. You know, not the whole wall, but these three, you know, bros. I'd take it all the way, but, you know, he's not even caught up yet. I probably could have taken it all the way, but oh well. About 40 minutes of the recording, so. Oh, look who it is. And he's sporting a shit-eating grin, too.
How'd you like these? Sloppy. I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For Alamigo! I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like these?
Kick that person.
Sloppy. Yeah.
Yep. There it is. If you don't break the healer out of this chain before that cast bar finishes, then they're dead.
Sloppy. Yeah. I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For Alamigo! I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like these? Yeah!
Samurai with them and break, but oh well. It's kind of hard to see with all the animations going, but whenever he does Lion's Head, he pulls out the eyes of Nidhogg to summon the swords and then make them explode. That's how he was so strong in this fight. He was using the eyes of Nidhogg. I'll command the summoner. Nah, too bulky. Alright, let's get out of here and see these cutscenes. I don't remember how long they take.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Looks like his resistant members are doing pretty good.
We did it! We showed the bastards! Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
Hey, it's Laurentius, you bastard. Why are you dressed like a Garlean?
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die that others may live.
And Yu Yu Hase, also dressed up like an Imperial.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
Uh-oh, if that was considered a boss, that needed 4 Warriors of Light to beat. Uh-oh.
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
I don't remember there originally being explosions and them hitting the troopers. It's been a long time. I remember those explosions. I remember.
Gods help us! What were we thinking? The Empire's too big, too powerful. Mighty Ralker, grant us the strength to crush our...
There you are. As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
Not much we can do.
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Illbird, I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
What soldiers? They're all
Retreat?
dead.
With the moment of my triumph so close at hand, you truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces.
I feel like given the look of... This is clearly a line where they gave it to the voice actor to voice act, told him to read it, took the first take and were like, whatever, and didn't show him what the character's expression was, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to be read in a yell, but whatever.
My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
It's like a dragoon jump almost.
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all! Ah!
So he sacrificed himself. It's the final keystone. It's pretty brutal, huh?
This light is...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tumtumati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalimo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave!
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go! The further away, the better!
No! If you're staying, then so am I!
No, Ida! There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here, not like this! Take her! Please, you have to take her!
I feel like this cutscene's gonna get clipped. Ugh.
What
No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
I'll trust in Papademo. If you try staying at his side, he just blows you back into the airship anyway, with a wave of his hand.
Hilda! I think he means now!
That line makes a lot more sense when you get blown back in, but eh.
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Well, it shouldn't be able to break out if it's not formed yet, right? Thank you for watching, by the way. And if it cuts off, like it should in a minute here, I hope you have a good day. Although it probably won't cut off for like another 30 seconds.